Yes, ma'am.
I have one question. We live in Lee County. Could we still take advantage of the wristband there?
The question was that these people live in Lee County. I believe they are also involved in the program. I'll let Angela take that question.
Okay, I'm sorry, which program were you referring to? The Project Lifesaver?
Yes.
Actually, Lee County does have Project Lifesaver. So if you call the Lee County Sheriff's Office, ask them for their senior unit, they have it. Just to let you know, this as a national program, if somebody travels, like if they're visiting here from another state when they come down as seasonal, we have several that do come down. We just put on our system while they're here in Collier County, and when they leave, we take them off our roster. So it goes back and forth. It's a very good tool. So,
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Sheriff, about 5 or 6 years ago, the senior unit had an 800 number with a sticker that you could put on the back of your driver's license or photo ID to call. Someone with dementia who got lost could call that number, or a caregiver could call it in an emergency. Is that still available? I haven't seen any for a while.
Yeah, I wasn't here 8 years ago, but Angela was.
I've been with the agency, with this unit for almost 9 years, and I've never heard of that sticker, so I'm not familiar with it. We don't utilize it currently, so I'm sorry. Now there is the Wanderers Identification Bracelet, which has the 800 number, that if you call, if somebody locates that person, they can call and it goes to our dispatch, and they can find personal information that would reunite the senior and their caregiver.
This was a sticker with an 800 number.
Yeah, we've not had that since I've been in the unit.
Yeah, the question was a sticker with an 800 number that you could put on your driver's license in case you needed to call. I believe there are some national programs that offer that. We don't coordinate that through here. Hopefully, if you call into one of their centers, they'll find out where you are, maybe through a previous registration, and call us, and that way we can help more specifically. Yes, sir.
What's the age range of your crew? What's the youngest and the oldest?
Oh, of our crew? Well, the youngest, you have to be 18 minimum, 19 to be a law enforcement officer. And I know we have some of our volunteers that are well into their mid-70s. So we have a very strong age range. Yes, ma'am.
Do you know if the 211 phone call is effective in Lee County as well?
They do have a 211 phone system in Lee County. It really depends on where you're calling from, what cell towers or what phone system you're in. It will get you to the service that is in the community that you're living or staying in. Yes, ma'am.
I have some OxyContin medication that I had to use a couple of months ago. I still have some medication left over I don't need anymore. What can I do with it?
Very good question. Leftover OxyContin or any other drugs. We have been working with Drug Free Collier for Operation Medicine Cabinet, where about 4 times a year we set up locations throughout the entire county, and you can go bring them. In the meantime, there are locations such as the courthouse, for example. Right in our lobby, there looks to be what would be an old post office box, and you can just bring your drugs there, open the drawer, dump them in. You don't have to identify yourself. You just put them in there. We take care of them after that. We incinerate everything. So, but if you feel comfortable taking the labels off, by all means take them off, but they will get all burned. Everything will get burned. Yes, ma'am.
I think there's another place which maybe that we keep it like a hospital,
Yeah, yes, the question was, are there other locations? There are a couple other locations. I know the City of Naples Police Department has one in their lobby. Marco Island was in the process of getting one in their police department lobby. The location, I can't remember that is, but we'll check and see where that is. But there are about 4 or 5 locations throughout the county, mostly in law enforcement facilities at this point. Yes, ma'am.
There's one on Horseshoe Drive. I just just recently deposited some in your center there.
Right, we have,
Answer the question, do you incinerate them?
yes.
Well, I want to comment one thing. Your police department is just wonderful. They are, have a lot to be proud of. They're wonderful people. My husband's wearing one of your bracelets after falling into the lake. Okay, so he is registered with you, and I have had wonderful experience with your police.
Thank you.
They're wonderful.
Thank you. Other questions, and then we'll break for lunch. Yes, sir, one more.
You haven't touched on domestic crime. You see that a lot of it in the papers.
Domestic violence related crime? Yeah, you know, as you've seen, we've had a couple of very tragic incidents recently, but even as far back as to my first year in office, where we had a domestic violence incident with, I won't even call him Mr., a gentleman by the name of Damas, who killed his wife and all of his kids because of domestic violence related issues. We have recently had two incidents three incidents, two of which were domestic violence related issues with including fatalities. So we actually have a very strong program with the Shelter for Abused Women. I am on the board of directors there, was just put on that last month. We have a commitment of zero tolerance in Collier County. We have what we'll call, it's called the INVEST program. Part of the INVEST program is every single report that we take, whether it's directly domestic related violence or whether it might be, we review them all, we assess them, we follow up with contact, we work together with the shelter to allow them to follow up with contact because the safer we can make living conditions, the better. A lot of it still comes down to the potential victim themselves. We continue to run into individuals who choose not to pursue a particular direction, and that's a shame because we have a very strong support system, particularly working with the shelter to help anybody that wants it. But we do also understand the connection between family members, and sometimes that outweighs the choice to want to pursue an arrest. But it is a shame. Yes, ma'am?
I know there's child abuse safety that's with doctors and hospitals and teachers and things. Is there something for elder abuse? Do doctors or hospitals report the elderly that come in?
Yes, and Angela will fill you in a little bit on that, and that'll be
In Collier County, in Florida, we have the same abuse reporting for adults as it is for children. So mandatory reporters include medical professionals, law enforcement, and according to the statute, anyone who has knowledge of. So yes, and it's actually the same number for children as adults. Our goal is, with the Sheriff's Office, we do review those reports, and we have a full advocacy unit as well that reaches out to victims of domestic violence or any other crime, whether it's elder abuse, neglect, exploitation. We always try to make contact with them and provide them with the resources that they know that they may be able to get some help and maybe get out of that situation and stay safe, because that is our goal.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
For our families here, when they are reporting, when their spouse would get full moonitis or aggressive, and we tried to say to them, when you call 911, say it's a dementia patient. If they don't, then that person usually ends up in jail. Can you give us some insight on how to handle that?
Yeah, if you run into that type of a problem where you're aware of the background of the individual, the more information you can provide to communications dispatch as soon as you call, the better. And when deputies get there, as we train more and more individuals, particularly with the CIT training as a basis, when you tell them that that's the problem, they will continue to look at alternatives to just taking it as a criminal problem. And it's really for two reasons. One is, we do not have the facilities to house people or the help that they need to get straightened out. So we would much rather calm the situation down, get you to where you can get the most help. We just need to know. So yes, absolutely. If you call us, let us know as much background as to the problem. Otherwise, responding deputies will think it may just be a simple crime problem.